This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good day, I'm Elena Rusk. Police are investigating a disturbing new detail about a Bakersfield woman they say was acting as an unlicensed animal boarder and severely neglected the pets in her care, leading to the death of at least 11 pets inside closed kennels and an abandoned home. Bakersfield police say 22-year-old Annie Schreiber was operating as the unlicensed private animal boarding and training business and, quote, was directly responsible for the neglect of the animals. She wasn't present when 3 of her residences were searched on August 11th, where police and animal control officers report they found 29 living dogs suffering from various levels of neglect, along with 3 living cats and a total of 11 dead dogs. Animal control rescued those surviving animals, and police say several of the animals were microchipped and most of the owners have been found. Schreiber was arrested Saturday and is being held on $250,000 bail. She is due back in court tomorrow. According to her booking information, in addition to 11 counts of felony animal abuse, she faces 10 misdemeanor counts of abandoning a dog or cat, 20 misdemeanor animal cruelty counts, and 26 counts of operating a kennel without a permit. Anyone who had pets in the care of Schreiber are encouraged to call the BPD at 327-7111. And police are investigating after a possible intruder was found dead inside a home late last night in northeast Bakersfield. The BPD says officers were called to a home on University Avenue near Redlands Drive for a report of a disturbance around 11:15 p.m. Officers got to the home and found a person dead inside. It was not immediately clear how that person died or what led up to this incident. It's also not clear how many other people were inside the home at the time and if anyone else was hurt. This investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information about this incident also asked to call Bakersfield Police. That number, in case you need it, 327-7111. Well, 2 police officers in the hospital and a driver on the run after a high-speed chase through central Bakersfield over the weekend. Officers reportedly spotted a stolen car on South Union Avenue just off the 58 about 11:30 Saturday morning. When they tried to pull that car over, the driver sped away, leading police on a chase. First responders tailed that suspect car to the 58 on-ramp at Union, where they lost control of the vehicle, slamming into a tree. BPD says the patrol car was so severely damaged the driver was pinned inside. Firefighters were called to pull an officer from the vehicle. Both officers rushed to the local hospital with what emergencies or crews are calling minor to moderate injuries. California Highway Patrol officers found the suspected stolen car abandoned. That driver reportedly still on the run. If you know anything about this case, again, call Bakersfield Police. All right, well, now to our 17 Crime Watch and a story of a California Highway Patrol officer finding an incredible amount of drugs during a routine traffic stop. It started last Tuesday with a stop of a 2017 Land Rover on Highway 99 north of 7th Standard Road. The CHP reports they pulled over the car for a vehicle code violation, and after seeing, quote, indicators of criminal activity, the officer deployed his canine, which alerted to the odor of narcotics. During a search of the vehicle, the officer reportedly found these several boxes holding 500 pounds of crystal meth, which you can see in the photo. 2 people inside the car were arrested for possessing a controlled substance for sale and selling or transporting methamphetamine. Now for a signature issue here at TV 17, Pedestrian Safety. Bakersfield police say a driver is on the run after a deadly hit-and-run crash in East Bakersfield over the weekend. Officers were called to Union Avenue near East 4th Street about 9:45 Saturday. When they arrived, they found a woman in the road suffering from major injuries, and she died soon afterward. Today, the coroner identified that victim as 56-year-old Vivian LaJoy Pope. Investigators say the driver sped away after the crash in a car described as a dark sedan. If you know anything about this case, again, that BPD number 327-7111. And the coroner has identified the pedestrian hit and killed in that same area a week earlier. Officials say 54-year-old Anthony Dean Barnes was hit and killed about 4:40 p.m. on August 14th at the intersection of Union Avenue and 8th Street.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
We told you last month about the Tehachapi earthquake of 1952 that started it all. A magnitude 7.3, the third most powerful quake in California recorded history. But Kern County had not seen the worst of it yet. That came 70 years ago today, the 5.8 aftershock of August 22nd, 1952, that we now refer to as the Bakersfield Quake. And 17's Robert Price here, joining us in studio now with a preview of tonight's special report on the quake that changed the face of Bakersfield forever.
Elena, in 10 terrifying seconds on August 22nd, the quake that steered Bakersfield's brick and mortar future in a dramatically different direction, damaging or destroying many of the classic landmarks of the city's past. Yeah. The Bakersfield earthquake of 70 years ago today divided the city's future into two eras, pre-1952 and post-1952. The 1876 county courthouse, which had been converted into the downtown jail, gone. The 1912 county courthouse, with classic architectural lines almost like a Greek Parthenon, taken down. Wow. St. Francis Church, one of its two dramatic spires collapsing into the middle of Truxtun Avenue, demolished. And the Beale Memorial Clock Tower, smack dab in the middle of the intersection of 17th and Chester, deemed unsalvageable and razed. The carnage sent businesses and government offices alike into tents for months and brought the city a new, less spectacular look, the boxy, strictly functional look of the 1950s and 60s architecture.
That's so interesting, Bob. And was it really necessary to knock down so many of those old historic buildings?
You know, that's been one of the questions that many have asked over the years. You know, could they have done some buildings have been reinforced in some way and structurally saved? Yeah. That's the question that we will explore tonight.
Tonight, indeed. Okay, so make sure you join in for that this evening. And Robert's special Earthquake 52. There it is. The Bakersfield Quake coming up tonight on 17 News at 6. Well, in local business news, the new Cracker Barrel in Central Bakersfield is now open. It's the talk of the town. The classic family restaurant officially opening at 7 a.m. It's nearly 9,000 square feet. It can seat 166 guests at a time. Before this one, our closest store was 100 miles away in Camarillo. Californians are known to travel all over the state to get to the closest one. Like one Clovis resident who has a goal to attend every Cracker Barrel grand opening in California. He was the first customer in line at 3 p.m. yesterday.
It's fun meeting some of the staff the trainers that I know that I see at different Cracker Barrel grand openings, and they recognize me mainly because of my chicken.
Established in 1969 in Lebanon, Tennessee, Cracker Barrel operates more than 660 company-owned locations across 45 states.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.